Would you like to get some creative inspiration sent to you each week? Sign up to get my Friday essays. They're thought-provoking, funny, occasionally quite weird, and always free. Tell me where I should send yours by signing up at Danny'sEssays.com. That's Danny'sEssays.com. Welcome to Art for All, the Sketchbook School podcast. I'm your host, Danny Gregory. I'm the author of a dozen or so books on art and creativity, and I'm a sketchbook artist. And this week, I have a confession to make. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of lots of things, and I always have been. When I was little, I was afraid of getting lost, of monsters, of the dark. Later, I became afraid of girls, of exams, of plane crashes, of my stepfather, of fire engines pulling up outside my house. For a while, I was afraid of going to the ATM, afraid I had no money. I've been long afraid of my body, of the hidden diseases and disasters it's concealing. I've been afraid of strangers who write me mean emails telling me why they no longer like me or my company or my podcast. I've been afraid of speaking to crowded rooms. I've been afraid of death, especially the deaths of people I love. I've been afraid to draw, afraid I can't do it. If we're willing to open ourselves up and be laid bare to respond to the moment and without hesitation to connect deeply with our audience's eyeballs and the minds behind, we'll be freed of the bullshit that holds us back. I've come to believe that my life's purpose, the key to my happiness, is to pare away the things I fear. Some I've outgrown. I can now sleep with the door closed and the lights off. Some I've had shaken out of me. I don't fear death much anymore. Bring it on, asshole. Some I've just faced. I've had a physical, so I know I'm healthy, regardless of what the monkey voice tries to make of that twinge in my gut, the ache in my knee. I speak to groups of all sizes, no butterflies. I drive the freeways radio blasting. I fly hundreds of thousands of miles, cool as a clam. I quit my damn job. I fell in love again. I moved across the country twice. I roar, God damn it, and I rock. A few years ago, I overheard somebody at the gym talking about something called clown school. I Googled it. I found that there's one right there in my town. I signed up for the next intensive session. Why? Because I have no idea what it is, but it sounds scary and important and utterly alien. And then I committed to not think about it again until the day arrived for the session to begin. Why? So I wouldn't chicken out. I am now a graduate of clown school. It was very scary, as clowns can be. Not because we wore makeup and big shoes, which we didn't, but because we confronted many of the things that scare me the most. I stood in front of a room of strangers, staring each one directly in the eye and telling embarrassing, shameful things to them. I collaborated with strangers on humiliating choreography. I shrieked with fear. I wailed with grief. I howled with anger until I literally lost my voice. I sung a spontaneous song about what I loathe most. I danced across the stage by myself to demonstrate my self-confidence, and then I had to do it again and again and again until I was utterly without guile or reserve. I've never before seen the people who saw me do this, and I sincerely hope that though I love them all, I never see them again. I couldn't have done it otherwise. Mostly, I revisited the most powerful emotions there are, familiar and often hateful emotions that I've worked so hard for so long to deny and avoid. And now, for day after day, I've sought them out and felt them surge through my body, grip my throat, shudder through my veins, cramp my stomach, churn my bowels. Terror, loss, humiliation, sorrow, and joy, lots of joy. The longest lasting physical toll was the aches in my cheeks and my necks and my stomach, aches from too much laughter. I'm not a physical person. I spent all too much time living exclusively between my ears. But a few days of clown school have helped me to loosen my hips, have reminded me of what it really is to move with feeling, to express myself spontaneously from my gut, from my spine, from my balls, to be gripped by rhythm, and to respond on a subconscious, visceral level to another's movement, to an impulse, to emotion deep within. Our teacher, a wise and hilarious clown, told us that clowning is all about the importance of being ridiculous. Because to be ridiculous is to fail. And failure is what we all have in common. The most basic and honest human experience. The one that helps us grow and change and improve and survive. If we're willing to open ourselves up and to be laid bare, to respond to the moment, and without hesitation to connect deeply with our audience's eyeballs and the minds behind, we'll be freed of the bullshit that holds us back. We will tap into the deep well springs of creativity that lie beneath our artifice and style and self-conscious crap and hesitation and self-deception and excuses and fears. We'll make art of truth. Time and again, as I addressed old emotions in a new way, I thought about drawing, about how the most important part of drawing is not what pen you use or the weight of your paper. At their core, drawing, painting, clowning, all arts are about letting go, of responding from your gut, of trusting, of working hard. Can you let go of all your preconceptions and finally, truthfully, truly see? Can you embrace and trust your audience rather than trying desperately to impress or con them? Can you put in the hours, the sweat, the pain of failure so you can get deeper and deeper, looser and looser, sharper and sharper, digging down to essential truths? Art is not entertainment. It is the way to what matters in our lives. To conquer our fears, we've got to face them, turn their ugly lies to beautiful truth, and share what we've made of them on the page or on the stage. I may just be a clown, and not a very good one at that, but I ask you this. If you aren't making art, what are you afraid of? Thanks for joining me today. I'll dream up something new for you again next week. Till then, I'm Danny Gregory, and this is Art for All. What did you think of this week's show? What would you like me to talk about next time? Write to me and let me know. Email me at dannygregory@sketchbookschool.com. That's dannygregory@sketchbookschool.com.